Everybody, it's Lynn from Lynn's Crafts Designs. Today I've got a little bit of Pearl Primo rolled out on the thinnest setting. This is the Primo translucent, the white translucent. Both of these are rolled out also on the thinnest setting. And then this is a tiny bit of the Sculpey 3 blue pearlescent. Discontinued years ago. Don't even know why I still have it, but it is very dried out, very brittle. Basically turned to powder when I tried to run it through my pasta machine, but we're gonna work with it. So one of the things that I'm going to try with this blue pearlescent is I'm going to put some of the microfine glitters. I believe these just came from Michael's, if I remember correctly. Anyway, it's been years ago anyway. So, one of these bottom two blues anyway. So let's just go for the bottom. I've just got a metal palette knife that literally has been with me basically my whole life. Since I was 6. I don't know if y'all have heard me tell the story, but my mom enrolled me in what she thought was just a summer art class. It turned out to be an oil painting class. It was at the local rec center. And I really took to it well, but I really don't like to oil paint. Okay, we're gonna go with this navy blue color. And then I've just got this polyflake glitter, which I also believe came from Michael's. This is the one it's got a purple kind of hue to it. Now, I'm really going very sparingly on the glitter. And the reason I'm doing that is because I haven't put down any more of my polymer clay yet. And I want it to stick. And if you put too much glitter, it won't stick. Okay, so I'm just going to run this diagonally. Now, with this pearl, you could colorize it and make it any color pearl you want. The main thing is just to be aware of the contrast. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with this blue if I can. Don't worry about whether it's straight or how thick the slices are, or how wide the slices are, I should say. The only reason that rolling it out on the thinnest setting is important to you is because you want the translucent layer to be as translucent as you can get it. Let's see, is that everything? I've got down here this really old bottle of Prisma glitter. Now, it's not microfine, and it's called Blue, but I can tell you that I don't believe they make it anymore. Probably came from a yard sale. Now, one of the things you need to be aware of, if you use what I call craft glitter, or your kids' glitter from school, is because of the large particles, and they're made out of mylar, plastic, whatever you want to call it. When you bake them in the oven, they'll do what I call porcupine. They will poke up through the clay and just really create a mess. I've got a video on it. Okay, now just like in one of the previous videos, you want to kind of roll it. You want to roll it up, and you want the translucent layer to be towards the outside. Why I chose to put it on this side, I don't know. Would have been so much easier to go right to left. Okay. Now, you just want to squish it. You want to try and make sure there are no air bubbles, which really and truly is nearly impossible. Okay, I'm going to get it about there. Now I'm going to roll it. And here is where you'll be able to tell whether you've got any air bubbles or not. Which looks pretty good, like I didn't get any air bubbles. Alright, then I'm just going to fold it in half. Kind of squish it together a little bit, but just barely, so that it's making good contact. Then I'm going to twist. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a few examples. Oh, I'll show you these examples instead, because these haven't been glazed. Okay, this was with the light green pearl. This was with just some, I believe it was souffle, the toffee or whatever it's called. This was with the alizarin crimson. this was also with the toffee, but it didn't have any glitter in this particular bit. So you can see why the pearl and why I said about the contrast is so important. Because that pearl really provides the contrast that you really want. So, in this case, the blue and the pearl really have great contrast. Normally, I would roll this out again and fold it in half again and then twist it again. But if you feel like it's already got enough stripes and variations, you can go with it wherever you choose. Yeah, that is a really pretty looking piece. And already you can start to see where the glitter shows through. Okay. So, even though I used translucent glitter, clear glitter, however you want to say it, I also used the blue glitter, which both of them will show up really nice. Like, you'll be able to see right down here, a lot of this is the clear glitter, which actually reflects in a gold hue. This particular one does. A lot of these are a clear that's got a green reflection, and I also used the Martha Stewart Peridot. So, there's one strip. Now, on this strip, let's see, I'm gonna go with clear. I'm gonna go with white, pardon me. This is the one that's got the gold flash. So you'll notice that I did actually put quite a bit of glitter. So I'm just gonna spread it around a bit. Okay. Let's try that with this. Again is the Prisma glitter. I don't know why I didn't choose this one to begin with. This one has the violet flash, which is really similar to this one. Now, I don't really want to spread the glitter out too thin or to impress it down into the translucent clay too much. Okay, but this time I'm just going to do the pearl. Give these kind of a wintry kind of look. Okay. Once again, with the squeezing it together, just to make sure that it got all the air bubbles out. Does feel like there's a bit of an air bubble right in there. You'll be able to feel when you've got an air bubble because the clay will feel softer. Okay. Now this time, you probably won't be able to tell whether it's got any contrast or not. So we're just going to go with twisting it the same amount. Okay, so you actually can see the pearlescent shining through there. Okay. So there we've got 2 rolls. These are again the rolled inclusion technique. Just a different variation. I could have used embossing powder instead of the glitter. That makes for a very interesting bead or cabochon. You could use spices. A lot of different spices will give you similar results. Pepper, paprika, sage, lots of different things. If you can bake with it, you can bake your polymer clay with it. These are some earrings that I made. These just have the maybe the fuchsia with the pearl and the translucent, along with some fuchsia glitter. You already saw the light green ones. These are the alizarin crimson that I actually did round style beads. These are the toffee ones, again, that I did the round style beads. And then these, believe it or not, these are let's see if I can remember which one I used. which are the, I have no idea what they're called. They're kind of like metal leafing, but they're in a glittery kind of form. I'm assuming they're similar to the some of the lusters that Cindy Leach uses. But I was really surprised at how they turned out so gold. They didn't maintain any of the color shift, which really surprised me. So these are just a few of the recent beads that I've done. These are another one that I did with a, it was the souffle, but I'm thinking it was, it was this one. The robin's egg blue in the souffle that I did with the Martha Stewart leaf glitter, and I did it in the pink and in the baby blue color. I was trying to make something to go with something else which actually did work, but so that just goes to show you can make many combinations. This was the fuchsia, and I did this one with no hole. I did this one so that I can do another of the dragon's claw type pendants. Okay, so lots of variations, lots of possibilities. Okay, 4 more. Now, this little bit of leftover right here, all I'm going to kind of do is line it up best I can. Not that it really matters. Then I'll squish it down. And roll it in my hand. And make a bead. Okay. So again, with reaming the hole. Now, if you're worried about that the hole doesn't come out exactly centered, sometimes it won't. And even if you drill it by hand, it's really difficult to make your holes line up. But once the bracelet is complete, you see it's got bead caps on either end. It's really difficult to tell. And it's just a bracelet. It's not gold, it's not silver, it's not rocket science. It's just a bracelet. So, especially when you're just learning, feel free to just practice. Feel free to just poke your hole. It'll all work out in the end, one way or the other. Alright, so I'm going to finish these up, then bake these, then I'll be back. Here they are once they've come out of the oven. One of the things that I didn't say is that I just bake them at 270 for an hour like I always do. I've got 2 oven thermometers in my oven just to check and make sure that the temperature is correct. So, as you can see, these haven't been buffed or polished or anything. These are just straight out of the oven. And you can really see the glitter under the layers of translucent. Now, you can choose to polish and buff them. You can choose to glaze them. Whatever you decide. Okay. And then these. When I had the idea for these, I was going for a winter kind of a theme look. As you can see, that transparent glitter really is very pretty. You can see every once in a while some of the flecks of the ones with the violet flash and the ones with the gold flash. Really pretty. Okay, so that is it. I'm gonna try to share some various bead cabochon mixes. I believe the next one that I'm gonna do is for Halloween, so stay tuned. I just recently started a Patreon account. For those of you who have asked, I'm still new to it, but we're all gonna give it a go, right? So if you got any inspiration from these, please like, share, and subscribe. I've got an Amazon affiliate account for most of my supplies. I've got an Amazon shop where I've got an Amazon shop. I've got an Etsy shop where I've got my jewelry listed. I've got my social media links listed below. Bye for now.